Bengaluru is the most sought-out cosmopolitan city in India. Bangalore is the capital of state of Karnataka. Kannada is the language spoken by the locals. Bangalore is India's third most populous city and the fifth most populous urban agglomeration. Bangalore is also known as the Silicon Valley of India because of its role as nation's leading information technology exporter. Bangalore today is getting popular for a variety of beans that is called Java beans. The IT industry views Bangalore as the bite basket of India. Bangalore is also home to some of India's premier scientific establishments. Blessed with salubrious climate, gardens and parks, natural lakes, architectural landmarks, shopping malls, the best restaurants and pubs in this part of the globe and great business opportunities, Bangalore is an ideal gateway to India and beyond. Bangalore offers something for everyone: music and dance concerts, dramas, exhibitions, carnivals, conferences and more. Hence, in this episode, the following aspects are going to be seen, that is, history, geography and environment, culture, tourist attractions, economy and transport. The city of Bangalore has quite an interesting history. There are numerous versions related to naming the city as Bangalore. As per the information available in the Gazetteer of India, the term Bangalore is an anglicized version of Bengaluru, a Kannada term. A word Bengaluru was in turn derived from the phrase Benda Kaluru, meaning the town of boiled beans. There is a story behind naming the city as town of boiled beans. It is said that King Balala of the Hoysala dynasty once got lost in the jungle and was very tired and hungry. In the jungle, he came across a poor old woman who offered him some boiled beans. As an expression of his gratitude towards the woman, the king named the place as Benda Kaluru. However, there are other historical evidences that reveal that the name Bengaluru was recorded much before the reign of King Balala. Kempe Gowda, known as the founder of Bangalore, played a very important role in shaping the city. A feudal lord himself, he used to serve under the Vijayanagara kings. A hunting enthusiast, Kempe Gowda once saw his dog being chased by a hare. Amused as well as impressed by this incident, he started calling Bengaluru as the Gandu Bhumi. He, with the help of King Achyutaraya, built a mud fort in Bangalore and within the fort founded the towns of Balepet, Cottonpet and Chickpet. Later, his son got the 4 watchtowers erected on the boundaries of the city, visible even today. In the year 1638, the Vijayanagara Empire fell to the Sultan of Bijapur, Muhammad Adil Shah. For the next 60 years, the city was under the rule of sultans. Thereafter, Mughals took over the city. However, their rule did not last too long and in 1687, they sold the kingdom to King Chikkadevaraja Wadeyar of Mysore. He got another fort built in Bangalore to the south of the one built by Kempe Gowda. Hyder Ali received Bangalore in the form of Jagir in 1759 from Krishna Raja Wadeyar II. He converted the city into an army town. In the year 1799, when Tippu Sultan died, the British returned to the kingdom back to Krishnadeva Wadeyar III. However, the British again took over the kingdom in 1831, citing misrule by Krishna Raja Wadeyar III as the reason. It was under the British rule that Bangalore started developing into a modern city with all contemporary facilities like the railways, post and telegraph services. The city was given back to the Wadeyars in 1881. However, since the British commissioners were based in Bangalore, they played a pivotal role in developing Bangalore into a contemporary city. After India gained independence in the year 1947, Bangalore became the capital of Karnataka. From then onwards, the city has witnessed large-scale developments and has grown in leaps and bounds. The introduction of information technology in Bangalore somewhere around the year 2000 led to the development of the city as the IT capital of India. Today, it has become the hub of IT professionals in India. There are numerous names given to Bangalore like India's Silicon Valley, the fashion capital of India, the pub city of India, etc. The city of Bangalore got renamed as Bengaluru in the year 2006. Even though the term Bangalore is still very common, now the official name of the city is Bengaluru. Bangalore is located at 12 degrees 59 seconds north latitude and 77 degrees 57 seconds east longitude, almost equidistant from both eastern and western coast of the South Indian Peninsula, and is located at an altitude of 920 meters above mean sea level. The mean annual total rainfall is about 880 millimeters, with about 60 rainy days a year over the last 10 years. The summer temperature ranges from 18 degrees to 38 degrees centigrade, while the winter temperature ranges from 12 degrees to 25 degrees centigrade. Thus, Bangalore enjoys a salubrious climate all round the year. Bangalore is located over ridges delineating 4 warsheds like Hebbal, Koramangala, Challagatta and Vrishabhavati watersheds. The undulating terrain in the region has facilitated creation of a large number of tanks providing water for traditional uses of irrigation, drinking, fishing and washing. Their creation is mainly attributed to the vision of Kempe Gowda and the Wadeyar dynasty. This led to Bangalore having hundreds of such water bodies through the centuries. Even in early second half of 20th century, in 1961, the number of lakes and tanks in the city stood at 267. These open spaces were seriously affected with enhanced demand for real estate and infrastructure development, which was a consequence to urbanization. Official figures for the current number of lakes and tanks vary from 81 to 117, but a recent satellite imagery gives a different picture altogether, showing only 33 lakes visible, out of which only about 18 are clearly delineated, while another 15 only show faint signs of their former existence. With the city's unprecedented growth, a large number of public open spaces diminished over the years. Much of the loss in green cover is due to the rapid change in land use. As the city grew over space and time, inner areas got more crowded and congested. Initiatives to ease congestion on road networks have led to axing numerous roadside trees. Many lakes have been converted into residential layouts, bus stands, playgrounds and stadiums. The built-up area in metropolitan area was 16% of total in 2000 and is currently estimated to be around 23 to 24%. The rest of the area is occupied either by agricultural lands, quarries or other vacant land. In the aspect of nurturing flora and fauna, the situation in Bangalore is quite complex. With prominent green spaces like Lal Bagh and Cubbon Park, almost the city centre, and a few water bodies such as Alsur Lake, the Sankey Tank, the Lal Bagh Lake, the Yadur Lake and the Madiwala Lake scattered across city's landscapes, the remaining green spaces in the periphery harbour a great number of species. In a compilation of fauna present in and around Bangalore, within a radius of 40 kilometers from the city centre, about 40 species of mammals, more than 340 species of birds, 38 species of reptiles, 16 species of amphibians, 41 species of fishes and 160 species of butterflies have been recorded. A new ant species, Dilobocondylia bangalorica, was discovered in Bangalore recently. In another study, Sudha and Ravindranath have investigated the flora assemblage in different land use categories and the changes in vegetation over Bangalore city. 164 species were identified in different residential areas, of which 149 were recorded within compounds and 87 were avenue trees. The rich diversity speaks for volumes of life still persisting in spite of rapid urban growth. In recent times, the increase in vehicular traffic has increased suspended particulate matter and other oxides of carbon, nitrogen and sulfur in the environment. Air pollution and reduction in tree cover have introduced the urban heat island effect, have resulted in variations in local temperature and sudden unanticipated showers during late afternoon. The city of Bangalore has beautifully combined its rich cultural heritage with its technological and industrial accomplishments. In fact, this blend of traditions with modern culture has made Bangalore one of the most happening cities in India. If on one side the city is acquiring the status of IT capital, on the other there is revival of age-old traditional art forms. The fusion of the old and new can be seen in every aspect of Bangalore's culture, right from its theatre to arts and crafts. The synthesis of many cultures have given the city a cosmopolitan character seen in few other cities of India. In this section, we have covered the following aspects related to cultural heritage of Bengaluru. Arts and crafts. The elite bungalows and impressive places of Bangalore stand testimony to the beautiful arts and crafts of the city. The interiors of these edifices stand adorned with arts and crafts which have beauty beyond description. Right from wood to metal to stone, almost all types of arts and crafts can be seen in Bangalore. Languages. The language spoken by majority of Bengalurians is Kannada. Apart from Kannada and other regional languages, English is also quite widely spoken in the city. Religions. One of the major religions of Bangalore is Hinduism. Apart from that, a number of other religions are also practiced in the city, although the proportion is not too large. However, with time, because of the large influx of working professionals from other parts of India as well as abroad, Bangalore has become like a melting pot of various religions. The city of Bangalore has numerous tourist attractions to keep its visitors busy. Right from beautiful gardens to serene lake and magnificent palaces. Bangalore Palace. Bangalore Palace is situated in the palace gardens at the heart of the city. Built in the year 1887 by Wadeyar dynasty, it is adorned with magnificent wood carvings and Tudor style architecture on the inside. Vidhana Soudha. Vidhana Soudha counts the most impressive as well as most magnificent buildings in Bangalore city of India. It is mainly famous for hosting the legislative chambers of the state government. Cubbon Park. Cubbon Park is situated near Gandhinagar in Bangalore. Dating back to the year 1864, the park was laid by Sir Mark Cubbon, then the Viceroy of India. In fact, the park has been named after him. The fairy fountains and an august bandstand were added later on. Lal Bagh Botanical Gardens. Hyder Ali, the Emperor of Mysore, laid down the foundation of Lal Bagh Botanical Gardens in the 18th century. The gardens were later completed by his son, Tipu Sultan. Jawaharlal Nehru Planetarium. The Jawaharlal Nehru Planetarium is situated at the T. Chaudhaya Road in Bangalore. Established in the year 1989, it counts amongst popular tourist attractions of the city. There is a sky theatre inside the planetarium, which huge dome that has a diameter of 15 meters. Vishveshwaraya Industrial and Technological Museum. Vishveshwaraya Industry and Technological Museum is situated on the Kasturba Road in Bangalore. Named after M. Vishveshwaraya, the Diwan of Mysore, it comprises of 5 galleries, namely Popular Science Gallery, Kimbe Paper Metals Gallery, Children's Science Gallery, Electronic Technology Gallery and Engine Hall Gallery. The Ulsoor Lake. The Ulsoor Lake is situated on the northeastern fringe of the city near the busy MG Road. The lake was constructed by Kempe Gowda II during the later half of the 2nd century. Spread over an area of approximately 1.5 square kilometers, the Ulsoor Lake of Bangalore is dotted with islands. Tippu Sultan Fort. The fort was later extended by Tippu Sultan, the Emperor of Mysore. Situated near the city market, the fort dates back to the year 1537. Government Museum. The Government Museum of Bangalore counts amongst the oldest museums in India. It is located at the Kasturba Gandhi Road, quite near to the magnificent Cubbon Park. Colonel Sankey designed the main building for the Government Museum and got it constructed in the year 1876. Bangalore Gandhi Bhavan. Gandhi Bhavan of Bangalore is dedicated to Mahatma Gandhi, father of the nation. The Bhavan was set up with an intention of throwing light on Gandhiji's life and promoting teachings of Gandhiji. Bangalore Bal Bhavan. Bangalore Bal Bhavan is a beautifully planned amusement park as well as a recreation center designed for children. There is a small toy train inside the park that runs on a track of almost 3/4 mile inside the beautiful Cubbon Park. Attara Kacheri. Attara Kacheri of Bangalore is a building housing the High Court. Situated opposite the Vidhana Sauda, it dates back to the year 1867. One of the major attractions of Attara Kacheri is the Gothic style of architecture. It is a 2-storied building built in the European classical style. Bangalore Aquarium. Bangalore Aquarium is situated on Kasturba Road at the entrance of the magnificent Cubbon Park. It is housed inside an octagonal shaped building and boasts of having an exotic variety of aquatic life. Bangalore is one of the most premier economic centres in India with an economic growth of 10.3%. Bangalore's net district income approximately is 52,000 crore rupees. This is India's 4th largest fast-moving consumer goods market. It is the 3rd largest hub for high net worth individuals with a per capita income of 74,000 rupees. Bangalore is the headquarters of many public sector undertakings such as the Hindustan Aeronautic Limited (HAL), the Bharat Electronics Limited (BEL), the National Aerospace Laboratories (NAL), the Bharat Heavy Electricals Limited (BHEL), the Bharat Earth Movers Limited (BEML), Hindustan Machine Tools (HMT), Indian Space Research Organisation (ISRO). There are many small and medium scale manufacturing industries in the Peenya industrial area. Bangalore is nicknamed as the Silicon Valley of India because of the large number of IT industries located in the city, which contributes to 1/3 of India's IT exports every year. Bangalore's IT industry is divided into 2 main parts: Software Technology Parks of India in Electronic City and the International Technology Park Limited in Whitefield. Bangalore is the headquarters of many IT industries like Infosys, which is India's 2nd largest IT company, and Wipro, which is India's 3rd largest IT company. Bangalore has been continuously maintaining its position as India's biotech capital with more than 190 biotechnology companies. Biocon, the India's largest biotechnology company, is headquartered in Bangalore. Transport. Bangalore is served by the Kempe Gowda International Airport, which started operations from 24th May 2008. The city was earlier served by the HAL Airport, which was India's fourth busiest airport. The Bengaluru International Airport was originally planned to accommodate 3.5 million passengers a year, but was redesigned to handle 12 million passengers a year. In 2008, Bengaluru International Airport was declared the fourth most delayed airport in the world in terms of arrivals according to flight stats. The airport is envisioned to meet the growing aviation needs of the city through development of facilities to make it passenger friendly and increase efficiency of operations. A rapid transit system called Namma Metro is being built. Bangalore comes under Bangalore Railway Division of the Southwestern Railway Zone of Indian Railways. Bangalore is well connected with other parts of India through Indian Railway network. Approximately 150 trains depart from Bangalore City Station known as Bangalore City Junction, station code SBC. The station is situated in Majestic. Rajdhani Express to New Delhi, Shatabdi Express to Chennai and Mysore, and Janashatabdi Express to Hubli are some of the prestigious trains from Indian Railways which operate daily. Railway tickets can be booked online through irctc.co.in or through various travel agents 90 days prior to the date of journey. Buses are operated by Bangalore Metropolitan Transport Corporation, is called as BMTC. It is an important and reliable means of public transport available in the city. While commuters can buy tickets on boarding these buses, BMTC also provides an option of a bus pass to frequent users. BMTC runs air-conditioned luxury buses on major routes and operates shuttle services from various parts of the city to Bengaluru International Airport. Main bus depots our KSRTC maintains are Kempe Gowda bus station, locally known as Majestic bus stand, where most of the outstation buses ply from. Some of the KSRTC buses to Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh ply from Shantinagar bus station, satellite bus station at Mysore Road and Bayapanahalli satellite bus station. BMTC is the first Metropolitan Transport Corporation to introduce air-conditioned buses in India. Three-wheeled green and black auto rickshaws, referred to as autos, are a popular form of transport. They are metered and can accommodate up to 3 passengers. Taxis, commonly called city taxis, are usually available on a call. Bangalore Metropolitan Transport Corporation, which oversees the public bus transport system in the city, runs air-conditioned, low-floor and regular buses across various destinations. Conclusion. Bangalore is the city of future, unburdened by the traces of the past, has itself become something of a burden for the city to bear. The government's ability to expand and improve services is severely tested given the city's rapid economic and population growth. New opportunities and challenges are coexisting in the growth puzzle of Bangalore. Given the economic expansion and the success of Bangalore, it is possible that with proper investment in planning, that the city should become a model for sustainable growth in the developing world.